Now I must admit I'm rather keen on roast chicken. Not that I'm doing that, but the point I was going to make, it's a bit hard to do chicken for one, isn't it? You do a whole chicken and, you know, as we were talking about other days about, you then end up with all this leftover stuff. You can make sandwiches the next day with some of my lovely homemade mayonnaise. But you do get bored with a whole chicken. So what I'm going to do today is, admittedly I'm doing a marinated one, but I'm going to do a poussin, which is baby chicken just there. As you can see, that's a poussin. Often they call it a spatchcock. That is not correct. It is not a spatchcock, and I'll show you what a spatchcock is in about 2 seconds. But first of all, I'm going to make a bit of a marinade, and, you know, really nice herby one. So what I've got there is I've got about 2 or 3 tablespoons of chopped herbs, rosemary, thyme, and parsley. So some quite hard herbs. You know what I mean when I say hard ones. You know, things like rosemary. Now that's a hard herb as opposed to a soft one, which is admittedly parsley. A couple of cloves of garlic, juice of half a lemon, maybe a bit more if you feel that you need it. Yes, I believe I need a bit more. That's hasn't got a lot of juice in it, so let's just grab another good wedge and we'll squeeze that in. Yeah, there we go. A little bit of sambal oelek or any chili paste, some olive oil, decent slurp, or 2 or 3. You know me and my decent slurps. My decent slurp's enough to sink a ship, as my mother would say. A good slurp of soy, some Dijon mustard, so a good teaspoon, some salt, some pepper, and then just whiz that up. So that's my marinade. Now I'm not going to marinate it for very long, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to baste it over the chicken as it cooks, or pour it on. Spatchcock. Right, I'll show you what a spatchcock is. A spatchcock is a chicken that you've flattened out. It has nothing to do with a baby chicken. Well, I suppose it is, but you can spatchcock any size chicken. And it was originally from the word dispatch cock, which, you know, as you know, certain chickens are called cocks. So it was that. And it was a quick way of cooking it, which is exactly what I'm doing here now. So I'm just taking the backbone out of it and getting rid of that. And I'll turn that over, put the wings underneath. So there we have a spatchcock. Now the last thing we do with it, and we stand way back, this is just to break that breastbone and flatten it out a bit more. So there we have our spatchcock, as opposed to the poussin. And we put that into our marinade and we turn it over, and we will turn it over a few times. Now I would say just leave it for 10 minutes. That's about all you need. And then we will put it into the roasting pan. And in the roasting pan in the oven, I've got some nice yummy baby vegetables. Well, I don't know about baby vegetables, but root vegetables to go with it, all right? Turn that over every now and then, and in about 10-15 minutes, we will put it in with those roast veggies. All right, this is looking pretty good. And our veggies are well on their way, because they take longer than the chicken. All right, and just put that skin side down to start into our hot tray. And what we will then do is just put some of this lovely herby mix on the top, and we'll throw that into the oven. Now you could do it separate trays if you like, but I don't mind some of that marinated ending up in the veggies, but that's just me. Now that'll take us about 15 minutes, by which stage the veggies will be ready. And if you like, add a little bit more of that marinade. All right guys, let's see how our chicken is coming along. Let's just pull that off onto a nice large plate. Now I've done a lot of veggies here because I love cold roast veggies. So I'm gonna have some of those tomorrow. So what I've got is a piece of swede there. I've got some kipfler potatoes. I've got some sweet potatoes happening, carrots, a couple of baby onions. My spatchcock looks fantastic. Very fast way to cook a lovely spatchcock. Beautiful flavours, and look at those roast veggies. You'd kill for those guys, you really would. And go with that, a nice old-fashioned, I've got Tarrawarra Chardonnay here, nice creamy old-fashioned style from the Yarra Valley. That'll go brilliantly with that.